fellow Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another video talking about the High Republic. Today I'm going to be talking about the question that started it all, the genesis for the idea of the High Republic, which is, what scares a Jedi? Such a monumental question, and we're going to get into it, but before we do, make sure if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, so that way you'll be notified when future videos about the High Republic, the Clone Wars, etc. go live. With that being said, the High Republic is a time period set 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. This is the height of the Jedi, guys. This is them in their absolute prime. So what could scare them at this point in their careers and the legacy of the Jedi? I think we can first take a look at maybe the mental approach and seeing what they desire to be. So they need to be able to help people. Their role in the Republic right now is to go expand, to go search the frontier of the galaxy, maybe meet people, to, get into the Republic, things of that nature. So what happens if they become complacent? What happens if they become more like the Jedi in the prequels? That's the last thing they want to become, is dogmatic and have these sorts of different behaviors that allow them not to be the best people they can be. So I think that could be something from the mental, emotional capacity that could really make them fear something that they'll eventually become. Now let's look at more of the physical realm of things. In the video, Michael C. Glane says something about what wicked this way comes, and that shows images of these very monstrous looking creatures, these creatures that could very well be imbued with the elements of the dark side and different things of that nature. So of course, if you're going to be going out into the galaxy and trying to discover new places and new technologies, there's a good chance you're going to come in contact with some of these weird creatures that are really threatening and you're going to have no idea about. So that's going to definitely be kind of physical entity is coming across these different life forms. Speaking of life forms, one of the biggest threats that has been revealed to us is this organization of punk rocker-esque looking Viking beings, as they're called, which are the Nihil. They are a collection of various species. They wear these gas masks for some reason, and we do know from a few sources that they do tinker with hyperspace as a weapon of some sort. So I think the idea that these people are out there and are able to mess with the hyperspace lanes and mess with ways of transportation that are just so vital for the lifeblood of the Republic, for trade and for being defending the Republic and protection and all of that, if that goes to the wayside, the Jedi are going to be powerless and are not going to know what to do at that point of that much destruction. And finally, one point I do want to make is something that probably most of us maybe have thought about, is where the heck are the Sith during this time? And if we're looking back, Darth Bane created the Rule of Two, and that was like in Legends, that was 800 years prior. So we're not sure in canon where Darth Bane is, but if that was the case, if they're still good off Legends timeline, that would mean there's only really like 2 Sith during this time, 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. So the Jedi might think that they have won, right? They've been safe for like a millennium in the prequels, but maybe, that's the worst case scenario, is if the Sith could become this huge army like they were, again, in Legends in the Old Republic, hundreds of Sith. That would be pretty terrifying for the Jedi to be able to keep the Republic safe. So those are just a few of my ideas and my speculation on what could scare the Jedi. But now I'm going to turn it over to you guys in the comment section below. Let's hear it. What do you think could scare the Jedi? So for more on the High Republic, for more on other things in Star Wars like the Clone Wars and the comics, you're already in the right place. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as that's the easiest way to support me here on YouTube. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.